everybody, welcome to the entranceway to my home. My wife and I recently just painted our kitchen and we thought why not spruce up the entranceway to the house as well. So as you can see, this is an interior wall here on the other side of my stairs, right by the front door. I wanted to just throw some nice paint on here, just kind of give it some more life to the entranceway. But Diane, of course, watching too much HGTV, has decided that she wants shiplap here. Thank you, Chip and Joanna. Very much appreciated. Of course, to put shiplap here, one of the things we're gonna have to do is do things like removing this chair rail and of course actually installing the shiplap. So I think it's gonna be a disaster, but we're here to record the progress and see what happens and just kind of bring you all with us. I think it's gonna be a disaster. My wife thinks it's gonna turn out great. So why don't we vote on it right now? Here's what I want you to do. If you agree with me that this project's gonna be a disaster, I want you to go to the bottom of the video right now and hit the like button. If you agree with Diane that it's not gonna be a disaster, it's gonna be great, I want you to go to the bottom of the video, hit the like button, and also hit subscribe. That's how we're gonna do the vote for this. So you think it's gonna be a disaster, hit the like button. You don't think it's gonna be a disaster and ruin my house, hit the like and subscribe. Without any further ado, let's try to put some shiplap up.
Eat your words.
The destruction of our house is underway.
Eat your words.
What a disaster. Let's hope those wood boards cover this up. Now let's find some studs that we can anchor them into. The foreman has shown up on the job site. There he is. Hey, bud. Supervising? Oh, food time. It's food time. Stud markings are made. Let's start putting boards in. So here's the boards we should actually use for the project. But let's look at the price. Over $8.50 per board. I'm not paying that. Let's do something else. 1/4-inch ply, sanded down. What I'll do is I'll just rip this into strips. It's $30 a sheet. If I were to bought the actual wood slabs, that would be around $68 for the same amount of coverage. So, let's do it. Okay, so now we have the plywood cut into these 5.5-inch sections and all laid out here, so you can see. So now we're gonna paint them. We're gonna paint it before we put it on the wall. And the reason for that basically is to get the paint over the edges here. If you've ever painted a deck or kind of anything that has boards like this, you know that you really want to make sure you can paint in between here, because if you don't, you can see the unpainted portion. And being that this is faux shiplap, there's going to be a small gap in between the boards. So we're going to paint them now, and then we're going to put it on the wall. Get it back there in the corner. Remember, kids, when you're cutting, gloves and glasses. $47.50. $47.50. A nice snug fit. The best way to make these angle cuts is utilizing the miter saw. My problem is my miter saw is in the corner of my garage and there's not enough clearance. So you've heard of thinking outside of the box? Well, this is kind of thinking outside of the garage. Let's go place our board. There we go. 47.50. Nice and snug. Now for the part of the project that's given me the most agita so far, and it's how to deal with this angle change here. The boards are 5.5 inches wide, so that means the next board's going to be roughly this wide, which means I'm going to both have to continue this angle, but then also extend past here. For that, I got a brand new tool, never used this before, it's the first time, where we're going to try to pick up this angle here. It's going to go in like that. Push these guys through as is possible. Get that flush with the wall. Let's lock that in. All right, so this is the cut I'm gonna have to go make. after like an hour and a half of trial and error and more than one board trying with, we finally got an acceptable cut on this piece. So let's lock it into place here. The boards are all up on the end. Now let's clean up the front part so when you walk in the door it doesn't look like a mess. So what you haven't seen, for the interest of time, is we filled all the nail holes in with spackle. Diane also took caulk and caulked all around the edges here, and also sanded all of the boards down to kind of get all of those nicks and imperfections out. So it's a nice smooth surface now. Now what's left is we're gonna make two 45-degree cuts to make kind of like a picture frame around this to make this finish look really nice. So I'm gonna go make those cuts and then we're gonna put it on up. So we're almost home. We did do the two 45-degree cuts. We put a nice cover on this corner here, and we put the cover there as well to kind of keep that really nice and just a succinct look. Now that's pretty much all that's left is to paint it. We have some marks, even though we did already paint the boards, as I went over a little bit earlier. There's some marks on it, so we'll clean that up and make that real nice. We also did, Diane did a great job caulking. If you take a look here, anywhere where there was little marks, little spots, Diane filled in with caulk. So it's paintable caulk. We're gonna paint that to make everything look really uniform. And we're gonna go from there. So let's get to painting. Painting is done. The project is done. As you can see here, everything's nice and clean and white. So at the end of the day, was it a disaster? No, I guess Diane was right. The project wasn't a disaster, but I will say it didn't go as smoothly as you might think from watching the video. Even Diane would say the whole process took us at least twice the amount of time we thought it would take, but we are both pretty happy with the results. Just as a reminder, we started with kind of a plain wall with just some chair rail, a typical drywall behind it with some paint, and now we've added some faux shiplap that really adds some depth to the project. So we're really happy with it. We hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more of our adventures coming in the future.